My name is Sarah Ashley. I was the middle school teacher at Spring Garden Academy for the 2019-2020 school year. When I think about Spring Garden Academy, two things come to mind. The first is love. I thought about a story that I can tie in to what I felt about love in Spring Garden Academy, and all that really kept coming to mind was my morning routine with my students. Each morning, my students would line up before we entered the classroom, and they would have a choice as to how they wanted to be greeted. Either it could be a high five, a special handshake that me and the student created, or a hug. As we progressed into the school year, I noticed that most of my students either wanted a hug or a special handshake. That to me showed me that the students knew that their teacher loved them and cared about them. And they actually look forward to that moment where we can just have one-on-one time and we can greet each other and make sure that we were okay to start our day. The second word that comes to mind is safety. And I tried to think of a story again to tie into the safety factor. And I thought about when George Floyd was murdered and how the students felt coming back to school. Though us as teachers personally were going through our own feelings about it, we knew that we had to show up and be there for our students. We knew that we had to be that safe place for our students to come and be able to voice their opinions and process out their emotions. Tying in my mental health background, it was a good feeling to be able to mesh the two, to be a teacher and then bring in the mental health aspect. These students have a space at Spring Garden Academy that is unique to just Spring Garden. They are able to not only learn academically, but spiritually, and also learn how to process their emotions out and deal with their mental health as well. So those two things came to mind, and I hope that I gave you a little bit more insight on Spring Garden Academy. It is truly a place where students feel loved, and it is also a place where students feel safe.
Spring Garden Academy is growing the future leaders of families, the church, and the community. A donation to our scholarship fund is an investment in the next generation. When you give, we produce scholars. When you give, we produce followers of Jesus. When you give, we produce world changers.